Okay, so the third argument in favor of redistribution is the labor theory of value, which goes back to Karl Marx. And Marx's labor theory of value, or LTV, labor theory of value, alleges that only factor labor creates value, but it is factor capital that skims off the value. So therefore capital gets richer and richer, whereas factor labor, the workers, stay at the subsistence wage level. So therefore redistribution would be necessary to correct for this alleged injustice, but from a mainstream economic point of view, there's obviously a major flaw in Marx's logic, as there are many other flaws. And that major flaw is that it completely ignores the aspect of human capital. And eventually a highly skilled worker that is in short supply will surely not be a member of the Marxist proletariat. And, in defense of Marx, he developed his theories during the Industrial Revolution, so between 1830 and the late 1800s, early 1900s. And during that time, indeed, the labor markets, they were flooded with unskilled labor, and Marx could not have foreseen that a significant share of future capital would be embodied in human knowledge rather than physical machinery, as was the case during the Industrial Revolution. So ultimately the resolution to the social strife of his time was found not in socialism, but through competitive markets and widespread access to education. Something we talked earlier when Charles Walls, when we talked about equal access, equal opportunity to basic institutions of empowerment like education or healthcare. Nevertheless, even though the labor theory of value has been largely debunked, it still is quite prominent in public debate. But anyhow, so much about Marx, and in the next video we briefly talk about the so-called free rider problem associated with the creation of important public goods and why they justify redistribution.